Welcome back to Nineworks TV. Now this episode we're bringing you the ultimate guide to a very rare and very special 964. It's the 30th anniversary edition. It's a real pleasure to be driving this 964 anniversary, sourced by Harris Classics, I might add. The 964 is such a special era of 911. It's kind of revered by everybody now. It's amazing to think this generation was unloved for many years, but now that mixture of kind of classic lines, classic looks, melded to semi-modern technology such as power steering and ABS, means that the 964, at least to my mind, is just on the right side of classic. Now as these cars get rarer and rarer, as more of them are converted into reimagined 911s, the value goes up. So to drive a genuine numbered production 964 that has its own unique specification, I mean, yes, very, very lucky. Today's a good day. And I'm going to tell you all about the story of the 964 anniversary, go through its unique spec, and underline why I think this car is so damn special. So, revealed at the Geneva Motor Show in March 1993, that was of course 30 years, or very nearly 30 years, since the original 911 was revealed in September 1963 at the Frankfurt Motor Show. And this was the first anniversary 911 of its kind. Porsche didn't do a 20-year or even a 25-year car. There is a commemorative edition 911, which is from the 3.2 Carrera era, which was released in 1988, but was built to commemorate 250,000 911s being built, rather than celebrating the longevity of the model in 25 years of existence. So this was the first anniversary 911. It's also the rarest. Only 911 of these were made compared to the 1,963 units of the 40-yard 996 and the 50-yard 991. That's nearly 10 years old already. The 964 though, just 911 units made. There's an argument actually that Porsche didn't sell all 911 units, and it's kind of difficult to find out one way or another if this is true or not because of the complicated allocation or chassis numbering system that Porsche had at the time. So we know there is a maximum of 911 units. So far as various sources have been able to clarify, there is definitely 800 and something, alongside some wide-bodied works turbo look coupes, which were not badged anniversary. So it does get quite complicated, but I think to keep things simple, what we can say is there is a maximum of 911 of these on the planet. So, I mean, this is a rare beast. Now, in terms of spec, this car is particularly interesting. It's a wide body, as you can tell, gorgeous, gorgeous wide body. When I look out the external mirrors, you can see those lovely turbo, and they are turbo, flares front and rear, giving this car a really, really aggressive profile. As you can see while looking out the back, it doesn't have the turbo's T-tray spoiler that it had at the time, and the reason is there's no intercooler on these naturally aspirated Carreras, so it didn't need it. So therefore this wide-bodied 964 retains the flatback profile with the adjustable rear spoiler, which was a first, of course, in terms of being an active number on the 964 generation. So it's a really, really kind of quirky specification that gets its own option code of M096. So M096 was especially allotted to the 964 anniversary 911. So wide body, flatback design, and Carrera 4 rather than turbo running gear. So that includes suspension, brakes, not to mention the four-wheel drive system because the turbo was 2, plus the gearbox as well, of course, the 5-speed G64 gearbox. But that's not all with the 30-yard car. You've got a really cool plaque at the base of the rear screen which gives you the number of the vehicle. This one, sourced by Harris Classics, is number 356 of 911. I mean, you just can't get any more Porsche than that. So from the rear screen, you can see the production number out of 911. On the face facing forwards, it says 30R backwards, and that's so that the driver can read 30R 911, so long as they've got good eyesight to see that. Elsewhere, specification-wise, 17-inch Cup 1 wheels. Now, as I mentioned, because this car is wide-body, the underpinnings, that chassis is Carrera 4, not turbo. So what Porsche have done in order to make sure that the Cup 1 wheels fill out the arches nicely is essentially have wider trailing arms at the rear. Weight-wise, you're looking at around at least 1,450 kilos, because that was the weight of the 964 C4. It had an extra 100 kilos over the rear-wheel drive system, so that four-wheel drive system really was quite a heavy beast. And this, of course, has the wide-body turbo hips, which is going to add a little bit more weight, although it won't be as heavy as the turbo because it doesn't have the T-tray wing and it doesn't have the superior and heavier turbo running chassis. The 964 Anniversary was available in just 3 colours. Viola Metallic, as here, which is absolutely stunning. You've also got Polar Silver, it's a beautiful Porsche colour, as well as Amethyst as well, which again, it's one of my favourite Porsche colours actually. So 3 really good colours. Jumping inside the 964 Anniversary again, more unique spec. I mean, look at this lovely Rubicon leather, and it's extended leather, having taken inspiration from the 911 Turbo. There would normally be the 4-spoke airbag full leather steering wheel as well, but this particular model has had that swapped out for my favourite Porsche steering wheel of all time, the 3-spoke Club Sport wheel. And again, another small deviance on this particular car are colour-coded wheels, although Ian at Harris Classics has assured me the original Cup wheels are available. If it was me, I would put those Cup 1 wheels back on, just because I think a car as special as an anniversary like this, well, it should stay strictly stock. The 964 Anniversary has the 250 horsepower naturally aspirated flat 6 from the 964 Carrera. It's got that lovely, deep, burbly 964 thrum to it. What it hasn't got is a deft turn of pace, it has to be said. And certainly if you're a driver and you're after a 911 from the 964 era, then it goes without saying a narrow-bodied C2 will give you a sharper drive, but it's kind of not really what this car is about. It's a really comfortable, almost kind of Grand Tourer type car. So where does that leave the 964 Anniversary? Well, without a doubt, it's a collector's car. There were a few really cool special edition models from the 964 generation era, such as the 964 Turbo S, the RS 3.8, etc, etc. And whilst this car obviously isn't in the same league as those motorsport cars, it's a really special car that carries a unique specification and has a numbered production run. Therefore, this is a collector's car, especially if it's low mileage. If you find a car with more senior miles on the clock, well done you, because it means you've got plenty of guilt-free motoring ahead of you in a car that, as I say, feels incredibly special to be at the wheel of. In either regard, there's no question, this is a special iteration of a special generation of 911. And as I said at the top of the video, it's a real privilege to be able to pedal one of them.